we started already.
Oh, you started? All right, go ahead.
Why, you have something to say?
What up?
Man, what's good? What's good? Growing Pains Podcast. Oh, sorry, that's Cobb Sport.
That's all right, man. We're all over the place nowadays. We can steal each other's punches. Growing Pains Podcast, episode 91. What up?
Yo. How we doing, gentlemen?
Doing good, man. We're doing good. We're missing one.
We are missing one.
We're missing one.
Pod must continue.
Pod must continue, though.
Shout out to Reem, man.
Shout out to Reem, though. Shout out to Reem, and shout out to the family.
Yes, sir. Wish you the best.
Absolutely. Prayers up.
Hopefully he's back next week, and we'll be right back to podding.
Word.
But
What's going on, though, fellas? What's going on? It's been a busy news week. A very busy news week. I haven't been following up on. Bub, I know you told me I need to start looking at ratchet shit.
You got to get ratchet shit in your life, man. Watch Love and Hip Hop or something, man.
I gotta get into it. I have not been into.
No, don't watch Love and Hip Hop. I was bullshitting you. Don't watch that shit.
I got to do something though, man. I've been deep in rabbit holes, deep in coronavirus rabbit holes, dog.
Mm.
What was that flying in? What was that?
Yeah, what was that?
Well, you think there was an alien?
What was it? I don't know. That's why my immediate response was fake news.
It rotated in the air like it was Batman. Did you see that part?
It was rotating in the air like, hey.
Someone said that
I'm in your universe.
Somebody said that the reason why they're releasing this kind of footage now is because of Trump's Space Force, so that it has a budget.
So that it has a budget?
Come on.
I mean, I don't know.
So what's the plan? Scare people into thinking that there are aliens and we need to combat the aliens?
Something like that, yeah.
Space Force sounds like military, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Are we ready for that?
Who's we?
We ain't got no Avengers.
Fam, if they're coming after the planet, they're coming after us.
Yeah, no, I hear you. We don't have the Avengers. We fucked.
The Avengers are not real?
Nah, not that I know of.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
So if they're coming,
they tell me Captain America is not real.
Captain America, from what I understand.
Oh, I'm sure Captain America is real. You see them every day. They were protesting all week. But as far as him being a super soldier, I don't know about that part. But yeah, no, that was an interesting video for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about. Who released it? The Navy?
The Navy released it, and then it spread out through the news. Yeah. The Navy released that the Pentagon had video of an unidentified flying object. They're not calling it UFOs anymore. They're calling it something else. Unidentified aerial something, right?
Yeah, it wasn't UFO. It was something else. I forgot what it was called. I don't know, man. If they're coming, they're gonna probe our butts first. That's the first thing they're gonna do.
They're gonna do
what?
What?
You're saying it. You ready?
What?
Did that? I was like, yo, if they're coming.
You alien prep, dog?
Alien prep now. Wow.
Alex alien prep. This is crazy.
This guy's keeping us out of the loop, huh?
No, I'm just saying. Why is the stereotype always that they probe our butts? Why is that their stereotype?
Probe our butts?
Yeah. You never heard the aliens, they probe butts?
Nope.
I think that's just humans being humans, bro.
Maybe I don't want to hear that. Maybe I don't want to hear that.
Who are the people that always get abducted? Isn't it like crazy people from like Middle America?
Yep.
Yeah. They already have things up their butt. That's
I don't know.
Oh man.
91.
Oh, fellas, how you been?
91, man, 91. Yo, those protesters. You think those protesters are bullshit? Do you think people should not be protesting the coronavirus?
I think you should protest whatever you feel like you want to protest. But
All right, I'll ask that again. Do you think that the protesters may have a valid point?
Well, the clips that I saw, one of the ladies was talking about she can't get her hair done. Fam, I miss my barber, but I don't know if I'm willing to risk people getting sick over me missing haircuts.
But that's media, right? That's media giving you the
True.
protest. But did you see any analysis of like there being any validity to what they're protesting? Because like they want to get back to work. Some people want their businesses back because their businesses are failing.
Mm-hmm.
Like small businesses are failing. Do you think that they have a point?
I guess that would always bring up how do I phrase this? What comes first, profit or people?
People. So in this example,
no.
Let's say people.
So then no.
Then why is Home Depot open and filled with people? But I can't go to my local coffee shop and quickly run in and grab a coffee and a bagel and get out.
I don't know why they deem things essential, but I can see why somebody would say a Home Depot is essential, because what if something happens in your house? Wouldn't you need to go to Home Depot and grab whatever it is you need to fix it?
I'm not debating that. I'm not debating the essentials.
Mm-hmm.
I'm debating the logic behind why people may be protesting, right? So
I hear you.
So if I'm just, a local small business and I rely on other small businesses in order for me to do my job, and we have these very major big businesses, right? And it's not like there's like one or two. It's not like, hey, all of Home Depots will remain open, but let's shut down some of these, some other things. Or hey, let's only allow the Home Depot from these regional, whatever the case may be, right? It's just, we're allowing these essential businesses. However, people could get sick at Walmart, right? Like there's hundreds. If you drive by a Walmart right now, there's hundreds of people there. If you drive by a Home Depot, there's hundreds of people there. And then you have all these small businesses closing out. So all I'm saying is, do you see from a personal perspective, right? Like people don't think about other people usually. They think about themselves first, right? Even if you're thinking about other people, you usually think about yourself first.
Survival.
Yeah, right? So from a personal perspective, you know what I'm saying? If I'm out here, I got a small business, and I'm seeing that maybe the death rate in my state is, less than predicted. It's probably like 0.3%, let's say. What's going on?
When I hear that, why don't we look at it the other way? Why don't we look at that as the only reason why that rate is that low is because of social distancing?
What if that's not true?
How do we know it's not true?
We don't, right? Because
we don't.
But what if there's examples like Sweden?
Mm-hmm.
Sweden did not do any quarantine.
None? Wow. What is their rate at? So enlighten me, what's their rate of people that have been infected?
Pretty much, I think it's pretty much up to par with just about everybody else's. Okay. Percentage wise, meaning like, less than 5%. Mostly the elderly and those with pre-existing conditions. Yeah.
I would have to look at those numbers because I don't know.
I've been deep, Alex. I've been too deep. I'm just asking
questions. I see.
This has been crazy for me anyway. Like it's been because you don't know, right? And me and Tiff debate science, right? She's into science. she's not into science like biology, chemistry. Well, she is. She just doesn't know it. But like, she majored in child psychology, right? And so she's a social worker, and so everything's with the mind. But I'm like, nothing's exact, nothing when it comes to science, right? Everything's tested, right? And you only can test so many people before they get their results. And so with the coronavirus, like I know factually that, and I say factually meaning that things always get worse before they get better. Right, so you're gonna have one wave, right? The numbers spike, boom, numbers go down. And the numbers are gonna spike again. Because now you're gonna say, you know what? You can go outside, right? Certain stores can open up.
Right.
And I was talking to somebody earlier, I'm like, well, and almost this was in regards to you, Alex, right? Public transportation. Like if you want to keep people in the house, you shut down public transportation then.
Shut everything down. Yeah.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Now I'm thinking about, I don't want my people to lose their jobs or money, but from what they're saying is like, all right, now you get unemployment. Right? You get extra funds and things like that to make sure you're sustainable during these times. Why are they not shutting down public transportation?
Right.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree with you.
If you're promoting social distancing, that means you want people to stay at home. Literally, Sean came home, right? It's like, Dad, we have neighbors, right, trust away, that they're too older folk. I literally only see the wife. The wife takes out the garbage. That's the only time I see her. Yesterday, they had 20 people in front of their house.
Wow.
20. Sean came home. He's like, Dad, should we call?
He's trying to say.
Hey, Sean, what you want to do? He's like, Dad, look out the window. And I was sitting on the couch. He's like, Dad, there's 20 exaggeration. It was over 10, though. Definitely over 5. It might have been 10, right? But I look out the window. I was like, yo, I've never seen this many people at their house. And Sean's like, Dad, we should call somebody. I said, we should. So we go on the porch. Literally, when we stepped on the porch, a cop car rides through. It doesn't stop.
They don't want no problems. They don't want it.
The cops, I don't want the corona either.
They don't want, this is how I know it's different times. I was yesterday driving home. I was out coming over the Newport Bridge. Was it Newport Bridge? In between there. And there was a cop laying right on the side. I was out and I saw him mad late. You think all he did was turn the sirens on? Which let me know, it's like, yo,
I saw you.
Saying, yo, I saw you. Slow the fuck down. I'm not gonna come get you, but slow down and just let it go.
That's crazy. We got a caller?
Yeah.
That's the group chat. That's the group chat for Skino's birthday. That's what that is.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Skino.
So you guys bring up two very good points.
My only other thing that I would say is, how do you explain New York?
Well, different states are gonna have different circumstances, right? So the way that I would explain New York would be New York is New York like New York is very dense and heavily populated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that I don't think by saying protest, by challenging, right? By challenging us to think about the protest, I'm not saying that the coronavirus is fake, right? I'm not saying that there isn't a virus out there that we should be protecting ourselves from. I'm just saying, are we still living with the data that we had 2 months ago? Right? That's another way of asking that question. Are we living with the data that we had 2 months ago, still living in that fear because we were scared as shit 2 months ago, bro? It was like a deadly disease that was out here ready to kill us, right? Mm-hmm. So we had that information 2 months ago. So hell yeah, shut everything the hell down. You know what I'm saying? Let's shut down everything up. and let's open up only the essential shit that we need. You know what I mean? All I'm asking is, now we have people protesting. Has anybody asked themselves, well, let me see if they have a point. Let me see if there's any validity to why we should be protesting now. What has changed in that data? What has changed in those numbers, right? You bring up a good point with New York. New York was a devastation. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. You hear stories about people that worked in those hospitals that was out of control. I don't want to discredit none of that with this conversation. None of that. What I want to do, though, is I want to explore questioning. You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask I want to ask y'all, are we living with old data that still keeps us in fear and does not allow us to think rationally about how to move forward with this disease in place? And with that, you know what I'm saying, I have to look at these protesters and shuffle through all the Trump and all the bipartisan shit. You know what I'm saying?
That would be my only issue, is that we've already known that there's ties with all this protest shit that lead back to the White House.
But that's political, right?
Right.
So you mentioned something earlier. Is it about the politics or is it about the people? I'm trying to always look at it from the people's perspective, right? It's political, and even the politics. The politics have been attached to us as people, whereas even me questioning whether the protests have validity or not, I'm sure there's people out there thinking, what are you, for Trump or something? So I can't even question that without people already thinking that I may have a side already chosen. You know what I mean? When it's just a question that I don't care what you believe in or who you love or who you hate, let's have this conversation type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so after you shift through all that bipartisan bullshit and you look at maybe some of what's really being discussed, is there a point? Should we be, at the very least, should we be evaluating the data to see how truly deadly this disease is compared to the other viruses that we have circling around us on a day-to-day basis?
That's a good question. I talk to people about, like, take me for instance, like having sneezing and coughing, and it's all. I think we talked about this before. It's like there's nothing else but Corona right now.
Yep.
I talked to one of my coworkers. His mom has a liver disease. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally diagnosed the other day. And so right now, like, people are more concerned, and I'm not saying they should be concerned, but it's Corona or nothing.
Yeah, so
there's no medium or there's nothing worse.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's Corona or nothing. And I think the missing information is when people, like, God rest his soul, Fred the Godson, right? Like, Scarface has it now. You know what I mean? And so, like, when are they being diagnosed? Right? Are they being diagnosed? Was Fred the Godson diagnosed too far into? Because now they're saying once you're put on the respirator, that's kind of like being, if you're a cancer patient, being put in hospice. It's like,
well, that's usually the case, right? Once you're on a ventilator or on a respirator,
yeah.
Unless you have some, like, unless you really have something, if the hospital puts you on one of those machines, it's because it's the end of the road.
Yeah. And so it's like when, because now you're talking about people, because the confusing information is that you have asymptomatic people, right? People that have no symptoms at all, but they're carriers, right? My daughter showed me today a video of a 4-year-old that had coronavirus, right? The earlier information was kids can't get it.
Well, that's the thing, is that, the information.
I get it though. I understand science is right. Like, always in the beginning stages, we have this information, then months from now we have this information, and then weeks from now, this information. But, like, when are you going to give that information to the public? I don't think all information is put out to the public.
Right. Yeah.
So it scares people.
Yeah, so yeah, and that was what I was driving towards, right? Is you both had made when I asked that question, you both made a good example of of how of cops being scared to act, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, who isn't nowadays? Who isn't looking at their neighbor or a fellow shopper and being like, nah, man, you're gonna have to give me those 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, stay away. Who's not doing that? So all I'm asking, as I'm doing this stuff, right, as I'm traveling to Home Depot and shit and picking up stuff, by the way, there's gonna be a lot of houses that are gonna depreciate in value because these motherfuckers are out here buying tools. They shouldn't be. They haven't swung a hammer in years, dog. I don't know who's telling these dudes it's time to remodel their house. But for real though, right? So I go to Home Depot. I'm already in this judgment zone because of fear, right? So it allows it. Immediately I start to ask, well, why am I already judging? Why is there already this level? And I come down to, okay, well, it's fear oriented. Well, why am I scared? Well, I'm being told that I'm being told and I'm seeing how death-defying this is. I'm seeing how death-defying this is from young people like Fred the Godson all the way to old people in nursing homes, right? Mm-hmm. But then I go online because this is what I've been doing all week. And I go through my little rabbit holes and I'm starting to, like in Rhode Island, for instance, I think it was like 96% of the people that are dying in Rhode Island are all above 70. And like 90% of those people, if not more, are from nursing homes, right? So Rhode Island, in my mind, when I look at that, I'm like, holy shit, we're probably a very healthy state because even the people that are getting it that are our age, a little older, maybe even a little younger, are recovering with very little. They lost taste, they lost smell, maybe they got a couple fevers or whatever, they had a hard time, maybe they even got to flu level. But some people are not even getting to flu level. They're just getting sick and passing it by. The problem is handing it over.
Which is
right. That's the issue. Which leads me to believe, why don't we do the again? I'm oversimplifying, right? Oversimplifying, but leads me to believe, like, could this just be a flu number 2? And now we have 2 viruses that we have to worry about during different seasons, right?
A lot of people are saying,
yeah, could this be a flu number 2? And B, if this is a flu number 2, then how do we ensure that that we're caring for our weakest population, the elderly, those with pre-existing conditions? You know what I'm saying? Like, you asked a question about New York earlier, Alex. If you look at the people that were dying in New York, to Bub's point, there were people, and Bub, I'm sorry to use your aunt, but there were people that had pre-existing conditions, like let's say liver disease, right? Yeah. And let's say they were going to die this year at some point in time because they were that deep into their liver disease. However, Corona got them. Mm. What are they blaming the disease? What are they calling the death? Is it a liver disease death or is it a Corona death?
Corona.
It's a Corona death. We don't do the same with the flu.
I don't know, man.
So the numbers,
I'm just saying.
I hear you. I don't know what
that makes the numbers misleading, right? It makes the numbers misleading. If I already had a pre-existing illness, right? Like my son, like Sean has Crohn's disease, right? Which is a immune deficiency disease. Now, I'm not gonna put that on the air, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But say if somebody else has immune deficiency disease already pre-existing, and all of a sudden catches the corona and they pass away, are they gonna put it out that he or she already had a pre-existing disease?
But I think they've been doing that.
Or is it just corona? Corona is what the leading cause of death.
I think that they've been saying that a lot of people that are dying is because of pre-existing diseases or whatever.
But I felt like Fred the Godson was diagnosed 2 weeks ago. And obviously that could be because of media, maybe he had it longer. But he was diagnosed 2 weeks ago and all of a sudden he's gone.
He had a lot of health problems though, from what I read.
Yeah, I mean, and so like it's the numbers are misleading. And so I'm part of a group, right? I went to a conference last year that was called Data for Black Lives. So they did a big Zoom conference call, and they put out the 50 states that were putting out information about. They strictly focus on people of color, right? And so it's Data for Black Lives for a reason. And so they put out some information that Rhode Island was one of the states that wasn't willing to put out information by race.
Okay.
But there was all these other states that was willing to do so. And so we look at day to day, and I feel like Gina Raimondo has been up on her stuff, on her game, because also on one level, Rhode Island has been one of the states that has been more proficient as far as testing and giving out information to the public. But and on the other hand, you have this other information that's not being given out is who has been more affected by coronavirus. And so Data for Black Lives digs deep into that, right? We only come in to look to see if is this disease more impactful on communities of color or not. And Rhode Island wasn't willing to put out that information.
Why?
I don't know.
It's interesting.
That is interesting.
I don't know. There's too much information. I don't know what to believe. I just don't want us to get duped by the government into them putting in more laws that are going to restrict our rights. That's my only fear.
And that is where I'm going. But I'll keep it there because I just got the 9 minute warning. I just got the 9-minute warning.
They didn't extend us today.
They didn't extend us today, man. They didn't extend us today. Bob, you had a good topic.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about like family, right? Like for me, because I'll just jump right in since we only got the 9
minutes.
Family for me, right? Family matters, and family does matter to me. But family is only blood related to me, right? You two are my family. Reem's my family. For me, family's not only blood; it's loyalty, right? Guys I grew up with. And it doesn't matter. For me, it's not a time frame, right? Like it's like, because me and Alex, I've known Alex forever, but me and Alex wasn't close forever, right? So for me, it's the people that have been with me through my struggles. Everybody's there to the good times, right? Birthday celebrations. I'm going out that's my guy. I'm going out. We're going to take shots tonight. But the struggles for me is who shows who's with you, right? When you're struggling, right? I can pick up the phone, call somebody, be like, yo, bro, come get me, blah, blah's happening. Or not even come get me. It don't have to be come get me, but when we're together, I can trust that I'm giving, at my most vulnerable moments, I can trust that whatever I'm saying to you is going to stay with us.
Yep.
I mean, and so for me, that's family. Because there's family that I got that's blood related, that I don't talk to them on a day-to-day basis. I see them one time a year, and that's a family reunion. That's it.
Right.
I love them. You know what I mean? There's no disrespect. I love them. I see them. We have a good time. But we might not ever talk again until every 4th of July is our family reunion, right? And so for me, when I look at family, it's like family is people who I can trust in good times and bad times. That's going to be with me for both. Not only when the times is good, when we popping bottles or we're having a celebration, but they're going to be there at my worst moments. And that's not blood. It's not only just blood. It's
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It's whoever is in my immediate circle. And I know me, I'm not vulnerable around everybody. And so once I feel like somebody shares something, I feel like I need to share. Or once somebody is showing that, oh, no, I'm there for you, bro, like anything, right? I challenge that. Because you get people that when you're going through something, call me, bro. Anything you need. A word? Oh, a word? Anything I need?
Right.
Yeah.
They don't really mean anything.
Shit, man.
If I say that to you, I don't mean anything. Like, I'm not giving you money.
Oh, man. So the rent, right? So my rent.
Yeah. No, I'm not giving you money.
I'm like 600. I'm like 600 short.
Yeah, that usually means don't hit me at all.
Nah, so for me, the most important part is when you can prove that your family is when you're there at my deepest and darkest moments.
I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that. I think it's evident in everybody that I call family in my circle, which of course includes us, the pod, and you know, I have a group chat called family, and like, to be honest, so everything you said, I completely agree with. There's people that I consider family, that I consider cousins, that I consider brothers, that I consider aunts, uncles, whatever the case may be, that are far removed from a blood perspective, right? So I completely agree with you. The crazy thing is how much you need family interaction during these type of situations. I think that's from a family matters perspective, like, it's crazy how much these death-defying situations, like currently we're missing our brother Reem, right? And he's going through something, right? Like he's in the midst right now. He's in the eye of the tornado of whatever's going on in his situation, his family, you know what I'm saying? And he's seeing who's close and who's not. He's you know what I'm saying? He's going through a lot. He's going through a lot of emotions right now. You know what I mean? And I think to your point, Bub, Reem is going through the emotions of finding out who is truly family right now. You know what I mean? And that sucks. That sucks that you have to go through that during those times. You also find out who, you know, probably just benefited from hanging around. You know what I'm saying? Who just, hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat too. And whatever way eat means, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, like I'm the same way with you, Bub. Like I'm really. You mentioned something about writing people off. I have no problem, and I've seen this. I hate. First and foremost, I'll say this. I hate writing people off. It's not my forte. I don't like removing people from my life. I love everybody that's in my life, and I always want people that are in my life to be in my life forever. I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I love people in my life, not everybody, people in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it hurts whenever I have to like remove somebody from that, but I have no problem with that. If you're a cancer to me and the family, dog, you gotta go. We gotta remove you.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much that I can add to what y'all said. I agree with everything. To me, I don't have friends. You're either family or you're an acquaintance. And what's that? Is that a gang sign?
Oh, you see it.
It's on
You see it.
You're either a family, you're an acquaintance. And family to me is just when, like Bub said, if I'm down and I can trust on you and I can rely on you, loyalty, those things mean a lot to me. And I know that I'm not the most open person, most emotional person, but I know that if I can rely on somebody, and I know that if I can pick up my phone at any time and call one of you guys and y'all would answer, then that speaks volumes to me.
Yeah.
That speaks big volumes to me. So it's like, yeah, I can't really add too much more to what you guys said. That's what family means to me, man. Especially right now, it's important for us to start expressing our love for each other. And I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that more. Like Jessica made me call Eddie, Tito, and my sister who just moved to Florida. And because I haven't talked to them in like weeks. I was like, yo, talk to them, hit them up. And after I did it, it was beautiful because they both responded. It was like, yeah, we're good, you're good. And it was love. And it was like, I loved it, man.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I agree with that. We definitely got to do a better job during these times. Yo, less than a minute left.
I got 3 honorable mentions. I got three. Real quick. So, 1, John Hope. Actually, I'll name all 3. John Hope, Chachi Cavallo, and Young Chris.
Bang!
All 3 of them dropped freestyles talking about the COVID, right? And everything that we're going through. So represent for hip hop because we know hip hop is supposed to represent the people who are going through struggles. So shout out to all three of them.
I like it. Me?
Waco.
Me?
Waco on
Oh,
Netflix.
I wanted to check it out.
Waco, huh?
Check that out.
I'm gonna go Dvsn or Dvsn. I don't know which one. They go by both ways.
Vision
Dope album.
Dope.
Is
Very
that?
dope.
I meant to listen to that. I've been hearing about that.
Very good album.
Dope. Yo, I think we only got like seconds left. Growing Pains Pod 91. We out. Peace.
Shorty.